Dr. De Smet, when was the first time you ever heard about hip resurfacing?
Rod, the first time I think I heard about hip resurfacing was in 1995. I was then doing already ceramic on ceramic, and I started to do metal on metal with the total hip. When I got guys coming from the UK that were selling the McMinn prosthesis from Birmingham with the MMT technologies, and they came to show me first their hip resurfacing, which was in 1996 the McMinn, and in 1997 was the Birmingham hip resurfacing, which you got last week.
And what was your initial impression as one who was doing total hips at that time?
Well, I was going for ceramic on ceramic and metal on metal because it was not the plastic wearing out in the young people, and that was the big problem with catastrophes which I was seeing at that moment with the US total hips, with very thin plastics wearing out in a couple of years in young patients. Was just an extent of ceramic on ceramic and metal on metal where you keep more bone with resurfacing. I didn't know at that moment when I started in 1998 that resurfacing would work so well.
Where do you see resurfacing going in the next 10 or 20 years?
In the countries like Belgium, Australia, I think they will stay a little bit the same. I think that's about 7 to 8% from all total hips, where I think it can be 20%, you know. But the problem is the procedure is very technically difficult, and it gets a lot of problems in positioning of the implants. So I think it will be staying a little bit the same. I think in the US, I think it will become a catastrophe, because all the people, when they start doing it like in Belgium, I think we will get more failures, and that's a pity.
So you think there's going to be a backlash because
yes,
because procedures will be done that won't be done correctly. There will be a high failure rate, and then
I think it's already a little bit like that. That's what I'm seeing also in countries like the Netherlands. People starting with not enough experience, and their learning curve. If you take 70 procedures as a learning curve, a lot of people, they are only doing 10 a year, so that means they need 7 years for learning curve. And if you need 7 years, you will never get a learning curve, but still they are doing it. That's a little bit of a problem.
Thank you for sharing.
No problem, Rob.